Dorian Thompson-Robinson gets his first career start knowing he's getting it all week long pretty much, and looked far improved from the guy who got eviscerated by the Ravens in his first start. What do you think the Browns can do with DTR from here on out with a championship-ready defense otherwise?
Yeah, I think they need to continue to force him to try to push the ball down the field. I love that they have Amari Cooper there for him, someone he can lean on. David Njoku as well. But it's going to be Cleveland's always going to be a running game first, and then play action pass, throwing the ball down the field. And you want to, with that type of defense they have, you want to run as much as you can, shorten the game, then allow DTR to kind of grow throughout the game. You've seen that a lot with a lot of young quarterbacks. But and I think the difference with DTR is that he's seen a ton of football. He's seen a ton of different coverages, and he can utilize his athleticism. And if he can utilize his athleticism, that'll be another, thing for the Cleveland Browns to keep going and to get first downs and possibly score touchdowns in the red zone. So as long as he keeps getting comfortable and they keep progressing him throughout the offense, I think DTR will be fine for him.
And, I just started the show by saying the AFC is wide open in a way that I don't think the NFC really is. Like we could pretty much say who the final four of the NFC weekend is going to be for the divisional playoffs, right?
Right.
They might be a surprise, but you're looking at Dallas potentially beating the NFC South champ to maybe make it Dallas at Philadelphia, with the Lions and Niners having at it themselves, unless there's some other rearranging of those deck chairs. The AFC is different. If you could put your marker on just one AFC team, it would be which entering Thanksgiving weekend?
Ooh, well, after the Chiefs on Monday night,
Yep.
which I thought they dominated the game, to lose that game because of the drops, I'd have to say the Baltimore Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens, even though they lost Mark Andrews and there's a hope that you can get them back, the way their defense is playing, the way Lamar Jackson is playing, the way they're running the football, and they have 5 first-round receivers now. They may not be the household names they once were, or the first-round picks that we thought they'd end up being. They still have a ton of talent in that receiving room. And to see the way Lamar is playing right now with that defense, and you have the greatest kicker of all time, to me, it just seems like if they're in a game, you know that your kicker is going to have a 90% chance of making that type of kick, no matter where it is on the football field or what weather you're in, and you have a chance to win. So this may be the first time, Rich, too, in the 5 years of Patrick Mahomes, in the 6 years of Patrick Mahomes being the starting quarterback, that the Chiefs may not be the 1 seed in the playoffs. That's a big kicker too. If they have a favorable schedule down the stretch, and they may still get that 1 seed. But imagine that if Patrick Mahomes has to have a road playoff game, which would be the first time in his career he does that.
Yeah, that is the case. I mean, I believe there may have been one of the seasons in that stretch where they weren't the 1 seed, but wound up without being, but got the benefit of having the 1 seed bounced in time for them to still host an AFC championship game. I think the Titans might have been one of them.
Yes, that was it.
But, I hear you. That said, had, MVS grabbed the touchdown, or Justin Watson squeezed the 4th and 25 ball that hit his hands. I mean, I could keep going on and on. I know Kelsey might have contributed with a fumble in the red zone. I don't know. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and you look at the rest of the schedule the rest of the way, you're looking at 12, 13 wins, which still may be good enough for the 1 seed.
No, I completely agree with you. I think the Chiefs, my only concern is they lead the league with 26 drops. We heard that over and over on the Monday night thing, but it's not just the drops, it's the critical drops, right? MVS, that's a critical drop to win the game. You drop that, or a 3rd down drop early in the game. Kelsey had a 3rd and 2 drop that got him to 4th and 2, right? And he's able to complete that. It's just the drops in the critical moments that kind of take the momentum and the energy out of the offense as they get going. And yes, you have Patrick Mahomes, and yes, he can overcome a lot, but eventually those drops are going to come back and bite you in the behind. And I don't know when that's going to happen, or, does that happen in the divisional round? Does that happen in the AFC championship game? Does that happen late in the season in week 17 and 18 where you lose a game that you shouldn't lose so that you can get the 1 seed? I just don't know. But there's just been too many consistent drops by this receiving core and these players on the team.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.